Jack Ensch, B-roll, take 12.
Set.
And then Jack, you make a point of the last.
Yeah. Well, this sign here lets the people see what the significance of this aircraft exhibit. It represents the first air combat victory of Vietnam, made by this squadron painted on this side of the airplane, VF-21. They shot down the first two MiGs of the Vietnam War flying off of Midway in 1965 in June. And then the other side of the airplane represents the VF-161 squadron, where we shot down actually a total of 5 MiGs. They each got a MiG here. We got 2 MiGs, and then the last MiG of the Vietnam War was shot down in January 1973 by Vic Kovaleski and Jim Wise, and so this also flying off of Midway in an F-4. So this exhibit really represents the first air combat and last combat air victories of the Vietnam War. So it's pretty significant in that the Midway holds that distinction of getting the first MiG kills of the war, combat victories of the war, and the last combat victories of the war. And so it's pretty significant accomplishment, and all tied up with the Midway. The Midway was very much involved with the Vietnam War, obviously. So.
And Jack, this many years later, you work on the Midway as a volunteer, as a docent. What does it mean to you when you stand on these decks and you have memories of serving on this ship?
Well, it's bring back a lot of fond memories. You think about all the shipmates that you served with on the various cruises you were on, and thinking about those that, like my pilot, I was shot down with, Mike Doyle, that he didn't have the opportunity to come back, and he was a bachelor when he was shot down, and so he didn't have the opportunity to come back and get married and start a family. And I think about how lucky I was, although I was shot down and went through 7 months of I call it unaccompanied shore duty tour, but some discomfort. I still got to come home and see my 3 daughters raised and have families of their own. And so it's thoughts like that. I don't dwell on it, but every once in a while, you come back and it's like coming home. I used to live here, just like I used to live in Springfield, Illinois. I don't go back. When I go back there, it's okay. This is where I was raised. Well, this is where I grew up a little bit in the Navy, on USS Midway. My 2 cruises here, so it's kind of like a homecoming in fact, and where I see old friends, and I see a lot of my shipmates and friends from the fighter community who are also docents here. So, it's a homecoming of sorts.
And I'm just going to give you a line. Standing on the Midway brings back a lot of memories for me. It's a special place. Just say that line.
Well, standing on the deck of the Midway, it brings back a lot of memories for me, and it's of my life in the Navy and all the things that we did in the service of our country.
Hey Jack, what's the significance of the center picture in the bottom?
Center picture in the bottom.
Yep.
Down here.
Yep.
Oh, this is a picture of Muggs, my pilot, myself, and our crewman Rookie Rab and Ken Crandall. In the ready room the day we shot the MiGs down, came back and landed, and we were right down there in Ready 6 ready room, describing what we'd been through to all of our shipmates sitting in the seats there, telling them how great we were and all that stuff, But that represents, that was that day when we came back after landing, went down to the ready room, and were greeted by our shipmates and congratulated for our victories that day. And these 2 guys especially, I just heard from them recently. Every 23 of May, I hear from these guys. Muggs, my pilot, unfortunately, he died a few years ago of Parkinson's disease. But on 23rd of May every year, we used to go out to lunch and celebrate our victories of that day. And these guys would always call that day, and I got a call again this year and said, hey, thanks for saving our ass and shooting that MiG off our butt, would you? And so it's, you know, it's something that it's the ultimate as far as a fighter air crews to go out and prove yourself for real in an air-to-air combat and see if you measure up. I mean, you do all the simulated fights, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, you know. Like our particular fight, we probably fought that fight hundreds of times simulated against adversary aircrafts. And it's just kind of like in baseball, as you're taking batting practice, they're just hitting balls, you know, but in the real game, can I really hit that 100-mile fastball? And so that day we got to put all of our training together, and we actually measured up and hit the 100-mile-an-hour fastball and got our MiGs that day. So, you know, it's a very rewarding, you know, because you train, and so many people never get a chance to do it. And when we had the opportunity to do it, we could do it. And but that doesn't make me special. I don't want it that way, but because I'm a product of naval aviation training, like all of us are. And we were just in the right place at the right time, got the opportunity to do it. That's the way I look at it. I'm very proud of what we did, but like I said, I'm a product of naval aviation training. All of us were, and there's nothing in my DNA when I was born that said I was going to be a MiG killer or successfully survive a POW experience, anything like that. So everything that I accomplished there was because of what the Navy trained me to do. And when the opportunity came, we put the training to work, and we had success.
Beautiful. You good?
Awesome.
You good, Bill?
I'm good.
Yep.
Yep, I'm good.
All right,
Tail
so-
sticks. You still rolling?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, tail sticks.
Tail sticks. Jack Ensch B-roll, take 13.
Got it.
Okay, I think we could move on to the